AI image generation has democratized visual creativity. What once required years of artistic training, expensive software, and hours of manual work can now be accomplished with a well-crafted text prompt. This lesson will teach you the complete system for generating professional quality images consistently across any platform. Before diving into techniques, it helps to understand how AI image generation works under the hood. Most modern image generators use diffusion models that start with pure random noise and gradually refine it over many steps, guided by your text prompt until a coherent image emerges. Each step removes a small amount of noise and adds structure corresponding to your description. The leading platforms each have unique strengths worth understanding. Midjourney produces the most artistic, visually striking results of any consumer tool. DALL-E 3 excels at accurately following complex prompts with text rendering. Stable Diffusion offers open-source flexibility and local execution without cloud dependence. Leonardo provides the most control with fine-tuning options and training capabilities. Every effective image prompt has 4 essential components that work together: subject, detail, style, and technical parameters. Mastering these 4 elements will consistently produce excellent images regardless of the platform you use. When one element is weak, the whole image suffers. Getting all 4 right creates professional results. The subject is what you want the image to contain, and specificity matters enormously. A samurai warrior is acceptable. A samurai warrior in full battle armor with a katana drawn and a crimson cape flowing in the wind is far better. Specificity gives the AI concrete elements to include rather than defaulting to generic representations of your subject. The details component adds richness, context, and atmosphere that transform a simple subject into a compelling scene. A cherry blossom forest at sunset with petals falling through golden light. A futuristic city with neon reflections on wet streets after rain. A bowl of tropical fruit on a rustic wooden table with morning light streaming through a window, creating long shadows. The style component defines the artistic treatment and completely transforms the mood of your image. Cinematic lighting for dramatic movie poster quality. Photorealistic for images that look like actual photographs. Oil painting for classical gallery aesthetic. Anime for Japanese animation style. Unreal Engine 5 render for cutting-edge video game quality. Watercolor for soft artistic results. The aspect ratio parameter is crucial for practical applications. 16:9 for YouTube thumbnails and widescreen presentations. 9:16 for TikTok Reels and phone wallpapers. 1:1 for Instagram posts and profile images. 3:2 for standard photography prints. Always match your aspect ratio to your target platform for the best results. Resolution settings determine the level of detail in your output. Higher resolutions capture more detail but take longer to generate and consume more computational resources. Most platforms default to around 1000 pixels on the longest side, which is sufficient for web use. For print applications, you may need higher resolutions achieved through upscaling. Seed values are essential for consistency across multiple generations. Every generated image has a seed number that determines the random starting point for the diffusion process. Using the same seed with the same prompt produces the same image every time. This allows you to make controlled variations by changing only specific elements of your prompt. Iteration is the process that separates good results from truly great ones. Generate 4 variations of your prompt. Select the best one. Generate 4 more variations with slight modifications to the prompt based on what worked. Refine again. After 3 to 5 rounds of iteration, you will have an image that meets or exceeds your expectations. Professional creators never settle for the first generation. Image-to-image generation starts with an existing image and modifies it according to your instructions. You can change a photograph into a painting, add objects to a scene, or completely transform the artistic style. The strength parameter controls how much the output differs from the input. Low strength makes subtle changes, while high strength creates dramatic transformations of the original. In painting allows you to make precise modifications to specific areas of an image. Select a region of the image and describe what should appear there. Replace a dull background with a tropical beach scene. Add a product to an empty shelf for e-commerce photography. Fix a distorted hand or face in a portrait. Remove an unwanted object from an otherwise perfect composition. Outpainting extends images beyond their original boundaries by intelligently generating new content that matches the existing style. Take a close-up portrait and reveal the full room, showing the subject's context and environment. Expand a landscape photo to a panoramic vista with additional scenery on both sides. Add sky above a building to create a more dramatic composition. Batch generation is a strategy for maximizing your chances of getting great results quickly. Generate 20 to 50 variations of your prompt in a single batch. Review them all quickly and select the best one or two. Use those as seeds for further refinement. With AI, generating 50 images takes minutes instead of days, so take advantage of this speed to explore more creative possibilities. ControlNet is an advanced technique that gives you precise control over image composition beyond what text prompts alone can achieve. Instead of just describing the scene, you provide a reference image that defines the pose depth or structure. For example, you can take a simple stick figure drawing and have the AI turn it into a photorealistic person in the exact same pose with perfect anatomical accuracy. Regional prompting allows you to specify different instructions for different parts of the image within a single generation. The sky should be a dramatic sunset with orange and purple clouds. The foreground should be a lush green meadow with wildflowers. The middle ground should have a rustic wooden cabin with smoke rising from the stone chimney. This fine-grained control creates precisely composed complex scenes. Commercial use rates vary significantly between AI image generation platforms, and understanding them is essential for professional work. Midjourney paid plans grant broad commercial rights to images you create, including use in products, merchandise, and marketing. DALL-E 3 terms are more restrictive for commercial use. Stable Diffusion, being open source, has no usage restrictions when run locally. Ethical considerations in AI image generation deserve careful attention. The training data for these models includes copyrighted images scraped from the internet, raising questions about intellectual property. Generated images can be used to create misleading content or deepfakes. The technology has implications for the livelihoods of human artists and designers that we must consider seriously. The future trajectory of AI image generation is moving rapidly toward video and interactive 3D content. Tools like Runway Gen Pika and OpenAI Sora already generate short video clips from text descriptions with impressive quality. Within the next few years, AI video generation will likely match the quality of still image generation today, making the skills you learn here directly transferable to the next generation of creative tools. AI image generation has evolved through several distinct technological phases. Early models used generative adversarial networks, where two neural networks competed against each other to produce realistic images. This was followed by diffusion models that gradually denoise random pixels into coherent images. The latest models combine diffusion with transformer architectures, achieving remarkable quality and prompt adherence. Understanding the concept of latent space helps explain how AI organizes visual concepts. The model compresses images into a lower dimensional representation called latent space, where similar images cluster together. A cat photo and a cat drawing are close together in latent space. A cat and a car are far apart. The prompt guides the model to a specific region of this space where the desired image resides. The quality of training data directly impacts what AI image generators can produce. Models trained primarily on Western art and photography may struggle with non-Western cultural references. Models trained on internet content may reflect biases present in that content. Understanding these limitations helps you work around them by being more specific in your prompts about cultural context and representation. Prompt weighting is a technique that lets you emphasize certain elements of your prompt. Adding double colons or parentheses around keywords increases their importance in the generated image. This allows you to fine-tune the composition and emphasis of your results. Different platforms use different syntax for weighting, so consult your platform's documentation for the specific syntax. Negative prompts have become increasingly important for controlling output quality. You specify what you do not want in the image, and the model actively avoids those elements. Common negative prompts include blurry, low-quality watermark text, deformed anatomy, extra fingers, and bad lighting. Building a good set of negative prompts is as important as crafting your positive prompt. Aspect ratio considerations go beyond just choosing the right format. The composition of your subject within the frame should suit the aspect ratio. A landscape orientation works well for group shots and environmental scenes. Portrait orientation suits individual subjects and vertical compositions. Square format works for centered subjects and symmetrical designs. Think about composition as well as format. Style modifiers can be combined in interesting ways to create unique aesthetics. Cinematic lighting combined with anime style creates a dramatic animated look. Photorealistic combined with surreal creates hyperreal dreamlike imagery. Oil painting combined with futuristic creates Renaissance-style depictions of advanced technology. Experimenting with style combinations produces the most original results. The creative process with AI image generation follows a distinct workflow. Start with broad exploration, testing different subjects and styles. Converge on a promising direction. Iterate on the details, refining your prompt based on results. Produce a batch of final candidates. Select the best ones and do any necessary post-processing. This structured approach produces better results than random generation. Color theory applies to AI image generation just as it does to traditional art. Specifying color palettes in your prompt produces more harmonious results. Golden hour for warm tones. Cool blue for nighttime or technological themes. Monochromatic for minimalist compositions. Complementary colors for striking contrast. The same color terminology that artists use translates effectively to AI prompts. The business applications of AI image generation are expanding rapidly. E-commerce companies generate product images without costly photoshoots. Marketing teams create campaign visuals in minutes instead of days. Game studios generate concept art and assets at unprecedented speed. Architects visualize designs before construction begins. Content creators produce unique visuals for every piece of content they publish. The color palette of your image can be specified directly in your prompt for consistent visual branding. You can specify exact colors like deep navy blue and warm amber, or use evocative descriptions like vintage Kodachrome film palette or teal and orange Hollywood blockbuster color grading. The AI understands both precise color names and cinematic color terminology equally well. Composition techniques from traditional photography apply directly to AI image generation and improve your results significantly. The rule of thirds places your subject off-center for more dynamic compositions. Leading lines draw the eye through the image to the focal point. Negative space gives the subject room to breathe. Frame within a frame adds depth and visual interest to your compositions. Depth of field control in AI images creates professional-looking results by simulating camera lens behavior. Shallow depth of field blurs the background and focuses attention on the subject, producing a premium portrait look. Deep depth of field keeps everything in focus, suitable for landscape and architectural photography. Specify depth of field in your prompt for more photographic realism. Lighting quality is one of the most important factors determining whether an AI image looks professional or amateurish. Golden hour lighting produces warm, soft shadows and a magical quality. Studio lighting gives clean commercial results. Cinematic lighting creates dramatic shadows and highlights. Volumetric lighting adds visible light beams through fog or atmosphere. Texture and detail prompts add realism and tactility to your AI-generated images. Specify surface textures like rough stone, smooth glass, weathered wood, or soft velvet. Detail prompts like highly detailed, intricate texture and macro detail ensure the AI adds sufficient resolution and complexity to surface areas rather than leaving them smooth and artificial looking. Camera angles and perspectives add variety and professionalism to your AI image compositions. Low-angle shots make subjects appear powerful and imposing. High-angle shots create vulnerability or overview. Eye-level shots feel natural and intimate. Aerial views provide expansive context. Dutch angles create tension and unease. Specify the camera angle in your prompt to control the emotional impact of your image. Motion and action can be suggested in static AI images through specific techniques. Motion blur suggests speed and movement. Freeze frame captures a moment of action with everything sharp. Particles like dust, snow, or sparks in the air suggest recent or imminent movement. Wind effects on hair, clothing, and foliage create a sense of life and motion in the scene. The vocabulary of art criticism translates effectively to AI prompts. Terms like composition, balance, contrast, texture, and rhythm help the AI understand the visual structure you want. Referencing specific art movements like Baroque, Impressionism, Art Deco, or Bauhaus gives the AI clear stylistic direction. Building your visual vocabulary improves your ability to communicate with AI image generators. Post-processing AI-generated images can significantly improve their quality for professional use. Upscaling increases resolution for print. Color grading applies consistent color palettes across a series. Cropping improves composition. Removing artifacts fixes common AI imperfections. Combining AI generation with traditional editing tools produces the highest quality final results. The community aspect of AI image generation provides valuable learning resources and inspiration. Online galleries allow you to see what other creators are making and study their prompts. Tutorials share techniques for specific styles and effects. Prompt databases let you search for prompts that produce specific types of images. Engaging with the community accelerates your learning and keeps you current with evolving techniques.